So we're talking about the gated signs of Orchot Tzadikim. It says there's 5 categories of mockers. He says, what is that? He says that number 1, the man of tongue who slander others. How do they mock you? They don't mock what you're saying, they mock you. Right? They make the person who's giving the musar as if he's not fit to say the musar. Oh, I'm this. Oh, what about you? You're this, and they make you pasul. If they make you pasul, so now they don't have to be worried about what you said. So therefore it says in the Pasuk Tehillim, you sit and speak against your brother, you slander your mother's son. And the one who does so, he's also called a mocker, as it says, Zed Yahir, the boastful one, Let's Shemo, his name is a mocker. The boastful one means that I'm better than you, how can you tell me what to do? That's also a form of a mocker. So first of all, he speaks slander about his friend. And number 2, when you give him musar, he doesn't want to receive it from you because he just speaks negative against you in order to make it that he's not obligated to your words. Number 2 is one who mocks others, but he despises them for not having succeeded as he did in the acquisition of wealth and honor, right? Sometimes you have people who are rich and they look at the people who are not as affluent as peasants. They look at them as low class and who are you to talk to me? Who are you to sit with me? Who are you to have any connection with me? We and you do not belong in the same room. You know that it's like I don't even have to talk to you. I don't even have to acknowledge your existence. That's how meaningless you are to me. Chas v'shalom. And that's a haughtiness. That's a sort of a mockery of other people. That a person who's wealthy, a person who's famous. Sometimes who are people who people look up to and people love. It's when you're famous and you still make time for people and you still say hello and you're a fan favorite when you spend time with the fans and you're very down to earth and you speak to them and you tell them I'm a normal person too and you don't something might uncomfortable might happen, you don't make a big deal about it, you don't keep yourself so snobbish and high class. Rather you show everybody you're just like them. This is a sign of humility. That's a sign of you overcame this Yetzer Hara of mockery, as it says in the Pasuk in Yirmiyah. Sometimes the people who have such a wealthiness and famousness, what do? They go and they mock the righteous, even the prophets. As Yirmiyah said, Kula loeg li, the whole city was mocking me. How could they mock the prophet? That's what money does. That's what money does. You can even mock the prophet. You can even think that money solves all the issues, right? They say, Rabbi, money talks. Don't worry, I'll be fine, right? And then Chas v'shalom, he mocks even the righteous and the prophets. Number 3 is Yesh lo eglet dvarim u'pa'ulot ve'en da'ato livazot al ba'alehem. There's people who mock things and activities. You don't want to mock the people associated with them, but you reject things should not be rejected. You reject activities that are potentially fruitful, right? So the guy, he doesn't mock the rabbi, but he mocks learning. You gotta tell him, no, it's important to learn. You have to value the people who learn. He's learning. What is it learning? Work, money. This is what life's about. And he plays down doing mitzvot and learning, which are beautiful activities, and it makes people feel like, or especially the father to the son. This happens a lot. So the son says, I want to go to yeshiva. He says, what is yeshiva? What are you going to do? What's going to be with your life? What do you mean? Do you think money grows on trees? How are you going to survive? What is this yeshiva education going to do for you? You need a real education. You need a math scientist, get a degree, become somebody, hotshot lawyer, hotshot doctor. Yeah, then you're going to be good set up for life, And that he mocks the Chas v'shalom, the mitzvah, and this idea of sitting and learning Torah. Number 4, so then there's another level where a guy doesn't make fun of people. He doesn't let the money get to his head. He doesn't mock learning, but he mocks it a little bit. Why? Because if you really thought learning was special, you would do it. You don't do it. What do you do in your free time? You go home, you watch 5 episodes of whatever on the TV, and you go and you hang out in the restaurants every night with your buddies, and you go out for a night in the town, and you go. You want to go and you're planning to see the world, and your whole mission is in your free time to, Olam Hazeh. And you're not busy with Olam Haba, you're not busy with learning, you're not busy with doing mitzvah, you're not busy with doing hesed in the community, you're not volunteering for things. You could have used your time more productively. And from the fact that you don't, that's in a way showing mockery to it. Because if it was so important to you, you would do it also. From the fact you don't, that shows that you think that sitting in courtside and watching the basketball game every month or every other week, you think that's more important than learning Torah. that shows you're mocking the Torah. Has shalom. It's a neglect. It's bitul Torah. It's also bitul Torah. Number 5 is mitlotzetz al maaseh ve'al dvarim lo machmat shu baz leoto maaseh shu loeg kederech smichim derech schok. He says, no, so on the 5th level, it's not someone who mocks or a deed or a thing, and not because he scorns it, but he's mocking it in the manner of jesters and jokers, right? And sometimes you make a joke out of these things, right? The rabbi says something or does something, you copy him, you make a joke out of it, and you take the halachot and you make jokes out of them, right? Oh, if Jews would have had Xmas tree, the most complicated holiday. The tree has to be this size, and you have to put the ornaments by 10 tfachim, and then it has to be within 3 tfachim of each other, or else it'll be pasul.
You see the video of the guy that talks about it?
Yeah. So what do you do? So you can make you can use the Gemara's logic and halachot and all these things to make a joke, and you're doing it to make people laugh. You want to do it to people, but that's also asur. Because you're using something that's so holy and so serious, and using it for a mockery. You're degrading it. It's like how people do today, Chas v'shalom, to Trump, right? Yeah. They make AI about him, and they imitate him, and they make jokes about him. But at the end of the day, really what we're supposed to do is look up to him, or whatever the goyim are, and he's supposed to be someone chashuv, and you debase him, you lower his value, and you make him. People, one guy. All it takes is one guy to make a joke about him. Everybody feels comfortable afterwards. Make a joke about him.
The status of a king also.
Yeah. The Gemara says that you should always run to see the kings of the world, in order that you should understand when Mashiach comes how much kavod he'll get.
There's a blessing. I don't know how it goes.
Right. So it's a bracha that a person can say. Yeah, but the point is that even to make a joke, really I value learning, but just to make a joke for the time being is also a mistake. I saw people also do it for Thanksgiving. As halacha, you have to have the meal, the football game. The football game has to be on while you're eating the meal, and you have to have a kazayit of turkey with revi'it of cranberry sauce. And then you have to what's called do this, all these halachot. They make a joke out of it. They're using the terms of the Torah to make it a joke. All these things is also considered mockery of the Torah. The only thing that the Chachamim said you're allowed to make a mockery out of is idolatry. The Gemara says over there in Sechet Ta'anit that the one goy came to one of the Tanaim, and he showed him the idol, and he said you should take this idol and put it in your shintav. What does it mean, shintav? Shintav was a euphemism for up there. So he told him you should take your idol and put it up there. How could a rabbi talk like that? So the Gemara says because the only thing you're allowed to make a mockery out of, make jokes about it, is you notice how we always say yoshka lepyoshka, right? Why are we allowed to do that? Usually we don't talk like that. There, in order to distance ourselves, we're recommended to make a mockery, because we know that it's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's a sheker. So therefore, we have to remove ourselves from those things by debasing about Torah. Can't make a sheker about, but I can make a mockery about. Baruch Na'olam.